I'm going to go through some steps that I've been using and perfecting. I've actually just wrote a little bit more script to go with it so people don't have to think of what to say. I've got exactly word for word what to say. And part of my success in the past with network marketing has been because I teach my people simple, duplicatable steps so that they don't really have to know what to say or think of what to say. And it's totally duplicatable. You can take someone through these 5 steps, get them signed up, and as soon as they have got their position, they can do the 5 steps. They don't need to know any more. They don't need to research it. They don't need to be able to explain anything themselves. And I'll just explain why I think this is so effective. There's really 3 reasons people fail in network marketing. And I presume I'm talking to a lot of network marketers here who have failed in the past, including me. The first reason, of course, is the majority of network marketing programs have an auto ship, and that is the number one reason why 93% of those people fail, because they never make enough money for the auto ship of a product. Well, fortunately, we have no auto ship. The second reason they fail is they try to explain a program themselves, and they're brand new. We know that excitement for a brand new rep is good, it's contagious, but in the excitement, they try to explain the program, and generally they start getting objections. They don't know how to handle the objections, and they fall flat on their face. The third reason why people fail is that they do that a couple of times and they quit. In other words, they don't keep on making enough contacts. They don't call enough people. So I have a 3-month and 90-day coaching program that I put my people on personally. And I say, if you follow these 5 steps and you don't use any of your own words for 3 months, by the end of the 3 months, you'll have heard your coach or your upline answering all the objections. You'll learn it. You'll have it in your spirit. You'll be not only enthusiastic, but you'll be knowledgeable. And that's not a lot to ask for a training period, in my opinion. I also explained that if you were training to be a brain surgeon, you talk about 12 years of education and then 2 years to watch a brain surgeon before they hand you the scalpel. And we have people making 5 times as much as brain surgeons, so a 3-month training period is not too much to ask, okay? And so I have some minimum expectations. Anybody that wants to treat this seriously like a business, it's going to be 3 sizzle calls per day played live and 5 free apps given out per day. That's a total of probably half hour a day altogether, right? So that's not a lot to ask. So here it is. It's 5 steps, and the key to it is duplication. If you're in a program and it's network marketing and it's not duplicatable, it is not going to grow. At least it won't grow as fast as you would like it to grow. And in many cases, it won't grow at all. It must be duplicatable. And people don't have your level of knowledge and skill, even if you were able to do it all yourself and answer it and explain everything and answer all the objections. The people you're bringing in, they're going to hear you and they're going to say, man, I couldn't do that. So we make it so simple and duplicatable. Now, Bill has got a place where I've actually just added a lot more script in here. See, nothing is left to chance, and Bill's going to be posting that. He'll come in later and tell you where that is going to be posted, where it's all written out. So you don't have to write all the details in your notes, just write what the 5 steps are, and Bill will tell you where you can actually see the whole document written out. Step number 1, play the sizzle call live. Let me ask you a question. If you sent out 100 emails with a sizzle call in it, how many people do you think would listen to that sizzle call? I would venture none, or maybe 1 if you're lucky. First of all, 90% of them won't even open the email, and of the 10 that do open the email, 1 might listen to the sizzle call. So my number 1 rule is play the sizzle call live. That means you call the person. Here's a suggested script. You can put some of this in your own words, but not all of it. The part that you can put in your own words is the introduction. And I say something like, hey, John, we haven't spoken for a while, but I seem to recall that you are a very open-minded person. I have something for you, John, I know is going to interest you. Hold on. And I just play the call as a 3-way. So that means you have to have the call in your phone as a favorite. Some phones, I know my Samsung allows me to put that contact on the desktop. So I just go bing and hit the button and it calls that 3-way number. If not, you just put it in your favorites. So I say, hold on. I dial the sizzle call as a 3-way call and play the call. Afterwards, I ask a simple question. I have to give Bob Byram credit for this. I got this from him. It was, would you like to know more? Okay? So you'll notice I didn't say, hey, John, I'd like to tell you about a great program to make some money. Do you have a couple of minutes? I didn't say that. I didn't say anything about the program. I just paid him a little compliment, said, I seem to recall you're very open-minded, even if he isn't. His subconscious got that compliment that he's open-minded. I don't say, do you have a couple of minutes? Are you looking for an opportunity? Any of that really allows him to say no. Now, I know Dane and some others have a much more personal approach where they warm the person up and talk about where they're at, et cetera, et cetera. I find I just want to do as many sizzle calls as I can, so I make it short and sweet. After the sizzle call, would you like to know more? Great. Well, John, do you happen to be on your computer right now? If he says yes, I'm going to say, do you have another 10 minutes? Great. Go to your computer and type in www.mypartners.online, and we're going to watch a short 10-minute video. Okay? And I'm on there while he watches the video. Now, this is the video that is on the website, on your replicated website. So you could send people the replicated website. They could go there and watch the video, but once again, you send out 100 emails with your replicated site. I reckon one person will go on there. Now, every person I play the sizzle call who is on the computer gets to watch the 10-minute video. But here I do ask, do you have another 10 minutes? Because I'm not going to presume they're going to spend another 10 minutes without me asking. So again, that's the link is there, and then Bill has posted that 10-minute video on the site called mypartners.online, www.mypartners.online. Now, if they're not at the computer, I'm going to go to step 2. I'm going to say, look, John, I know you want, so if they're there, if they're home and they're on the computer, I've done the sizzle call, and now I've done the 10-minute video. They've got a lot of information in their subconscious before they go and start looking up links. Okay? Step 3, I know you want more info, so I'm going to send you an email with some links. You can do your own research. It's also going to have some times for a live presentation. I think the next one we have coming up is tonight. There's one on Sunday. But anyway, I'm going to call you later on and schedule one of those for you. So I'm already pre-selling the idea of a follow-up live presentation, or it might be a recorded. We're not sure yet whether we're going to have those as recordings. Okay, step 4 is now I'm going to call him back, preferably within 24 hours of sending the email. And I'm not going to ask, John, did you look at the email? Because I know that 3/4 of the people did not look at the email. So if I ask, I'm going to get a no, and I don't want to get a no. I'm just going to presume he looked at the email, all right? And if he didn't, he's going to feel a little bit guilty for not looking at it, okay? Okay, John, what I'd like to do now is invite you to that presentation about that information I sent you. Remember, that was about making money with the 4 major trends. That was mentioned in the sizzle call, by the way. Are you on your computer now? Great. Open up my email so we can schedule a time. Now he's opening my email, and I can help him find it or resend it again if he didn't get it. And it's gone, you know, he's got 300 emails ahead of it. I can send it again. Open that email, and let's look at the time. We have Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday right now for presentations. Which one of those is good for you? Is Sunday good, or would Monday be better? Great. Go ahead and click on the registration, and then go ahead and walk them through the registration. Now put that in your diary for Sunday, 9:30 p.m. If he's not on the computer, I'm not going to tell him to go to the email and book a webinar. I'm going to say, that's okay, no problem. Look, what's a good time I can call you back when you will be online? Because I want to do this. I do everything hands-on. Don't expect anyone to ever do anything on their own, and that way you're not disappointed, okay? So I'm in complete control here. So I'm going to book another time. I'm going to call back when he is on the computer. I'm going to go through step 4 and book the webinar for him. Don't expect anyone to go on the webinar by themselves, okay? Then, and part of that 4th step is I'm going to call on the night of the webinar. I'm going to call at 9:20. There's a good chance that if you walked him through the registration, he's already registered. If you didn't, that's a good chance to say, hey, remember that email I sent you? Well, that thing starts in 10 minutes. Are you online? Let's go and register now. So walk him through the registration again. Okay, I'm going to make sure that he gets on the webinar, because once again, a lot of people will click on it. It's going to say download the app or run, and they don't quite know what to do. You just walk them through the steps. Let me know when you see that screen with those 3 pictures on it. That's my coaches. That's Jane Kohler, Richard Marks, and Bill Wynn. Wonderful guys. if you get in with us, you're going to have the most successful, effective support you've ever had in anything like this. So you're talking about the guys, and then you're going to have Bill talking or whatever. Then I'm going to three-way audio him into the webinar. In other words, I'm going to say, hold on a minute, I'm going to plug us into the audio, and I'm going to do a three-way call, get the audio on my phone, and he's now plugged into the audio through my phone with a three-way call. Okay? Reason for doing that is at the end of the webinar, I'm going to know he's watched it all the way. I'm going to know he's still on, and now I can do the most important step of all, which is number 5, which is a three-way call with my sponsor, my coach, or my upline. Okay? And I'm including a little bit of etiquette on the three-way calls because a lot of people don't get it. What you do is I'm going to make the three-way call to the sponsor. I'm going to introduce the sponsor. Hey, John, this is my coach who has a lot more knowledge about this program and is very successful. And this is John, who is, John's been, in some marketing before. He hasn't had a great deal of success, but he lives in Chicago. Just a little quick introduction so your coach knows a little bit about the person they're talking to. And the most important part of that three-way call is mute your phone. I insist that the person mutes the phone. They do not contribute to the three-way. They do not ask questions. They do not answer questions, because you have to understand that your coach is on a track to lead that person to the next step. The next step might be a close and a sale. The next step might be more research. The next step might be another webinar, whatever. And if you come in with interruptions, it's going to break that chain of that progression of what you're doing. Okay. Now, the most important about all this is that it's 100% duplicatable. People don't have to think of any word to say anywhere. It's all there in black and white, word for word. And I usually get my people to say, listen, I'm going to send you these instructions, and I want you to practice it with a recorder. And I want you to practice it and play it back until you've got it. And before you call anyone, I want you to call me, and I want you to role play with me the 5 steps. And you know what they're going to do when they call you back? They're going to say, okay, hi, John. Listen, John, I'm into something pretty exciting, and I know you're always looking for a business opportunity. So would you have a couple of minutes to listen to a call? And I said, wait a minute. That's not what the script said. If you want to be successful, I'm asking you to learn this script. There's not a lot of script to learn. Do it word for word. And I'm not going to be proud enough to say I've got everything perfect. If anybody sees a word or a phrase that could be improved, fair enough. I'm open to experimenting, trying this. But pretty much I've polished this over 37 years of doing this kind of business. So I know it works. And I know that people that follow it and duplicate it and make enough calls and see enough people generally are successful. And then they can go and develop their own methods, their own techniques, or whatever. And this is really for getting people started the right way in that first 90-day blitz.